All right, so you guys want to make 2026 the best year of your entire lives. Well, I got you. To first glow up externally, you first got to make that identity shift internally. Now, what does that mean? Well, it comes down to what you think of yourself. If you think you're a loser, you're going to behave like a loser. If you behave and portray yourself as a man who is disciplined, as a man who is consistent, as a man who set out on achieving his goals, well, you'll behave like that, man. Your aura around you will change. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm not talking about aura farming. When you meet somebody for the first time, you immediately start to judge them based on their appearance, based on how they portray themselves, the clothes they wear, how their body language is, how their body structure and silhouette is. So all of these things come into play. So if you want other people to acknowledge you, you first gotta acknowledge yourself. Because you gotta stop thinking that you're a loser. You gotta stop behaving like a loser. You gotta stop portraying yourself as a loser. You have to stop thinking that you're any less than any other human being out there, because at the end of the day, we all bleed the same red. We all breathe the same oxygen. We all need water and food to survive. And if it's all of that, it's fair game, bro. So I don't get why you think that you're any less than any other human being. So to glow up, you first got to make that identity shift. Now, what's the next step? Well, the next step is to get in the best shape of your goddamn life. And it is way easier than it looks. There's a lot of information around YouTube, forums, online, and it makes others so overwhelmed for no reason. Getting into shape is actually so easy, yet people complicate it so much. It's actually funny. And I'm not even joking when I say it is the easiest thing to transform yourself physically. I went from looking like this to looking like this in a matter of months. It is so easy once you start doing the right things consistently to transform yourself. Now you might be asking, well, Arian, how do I do it? If you're somebody who is skinny like me, you first need to find out your maintenance calories. Now, how do you do that? You go onto a calorie calculator online. You can find it on Google. You enter your body weight and your height, and it will show up a basic graph of all the calories that you need to consume to either gain weight, maintain your weight, or lose weight. So if you're somebody that was skinny like me, well, you need to start eating 200 to 300 calories more than your maintenance. That will put you in a lean bulking situation. And if you're somebody that's overweight and you're trying to lose weight while gaining muscle, well, then I'd recommend eating less than your maintenance calories. Now, after you've done that, let's go on to the third step on how to glow up. And this ties to the working out part, because your diet is everything. I've heard a lot of people tell me that your diet is more important than your workout split. And I used to ignore that fact. I thought having the most optimal workout split was the best thing anybody could do to transform. Boy, was I wrong. So you got to prioritize your diet. Now, how do you do that? Well, you need to start eating protein, and a lot of it. And you might be thinking, how much protein do I need to consume? If you're trying to gain muscle, you need to eat 2 times the amount of body weight. So suppose I weigh 60 kgs, right? I need to eat 120 grams of protein every day. So you just times your body weight by 2. And that's the amount of protein you need to gain muscle. And you got to top that off with the right amount of carbs, the right amount of fats, and the right amount of all your macros to just get into the best shape of your life. After you've created a diet plan that is perfectly suited to your needs and goals, you got to optimize your training split. Well, me personally, I go to the gym 6 times a week running a push-pull leg split. You can either run a push-pull leg split like me, or you can do an upper-lower split that consists of 4 times a week training. However much time you have to dedicate to the gym, you got to dedicate it fully, and you got to train with intent. You don't just go there to scroll on your phone or just to play Clash Royale in between sets. You got to rest adequately in between sets. You got to train with intention and try to feel that muscle-mind connection and try to just build it. After you've optimized your workout split, the last thing you need to get a hold of is your recovery. You need to start sleeping a minimum of 7 to 8 hours every day. Try to push it up to 9 if you can, because your diet and your recovery matter more than your workout split. If you can't even recover properly, you won't be able to progressively overload your lifts. Now, after you've fixed your training, your diet, and your recovery, Let's move on to skincare. Don't complicate skincare. You need to have a very basic skincare routine and you need to stick to it and stick to it consistently. A cleanser, a moisturizer, and sunscreen. That's all you need. And one of the biggest things I recommend for having clear skin and to get rid of all those pimples and acne that you're dealing with is hydration. You got to adequately hydrate every day. I recommend hydrating to a minimum of 4 liters every day. I know that seems a lot, but once you get used to it, it's actually nothing. Now, the last thing on your checklist that you need to evolve in 2026 is your dressing sense. I'm not a fashionista, nor am I that into fashion, but I'd say my fashion sense is pretty clean in terms of what I wear. I wear clean color combos that fit me perfectly so that they can enhance my physique. Now, how do they do that? Well, first you got to get into the right color combinations. Well, what are they? Black and white, black on black, black on gray, and so on. And if you wear clean fitted clothes instead of oversized ones, they'll enhance your physique because they wrap around your silhouette, showing off your arms, showing off your body. And that's a good thing because isn't that what you've been working out for? And that is all you need to glow up and transform yourself into the person you were always meant to be in 2026. You shift your identity in your head. You start training with focus and intent. You eat clean, hydrate adequately, and recover well. You take care of your skin by getting into a simple skincare routine, and you fix your dressing sense. That is all from me, guys. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down below in the comment section. I'd be happy to help you guys. I hope you have a great week ahead. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.